I recall getting pre-approved for my first mortgage when I was in my earlier mid-20s. I'd been out of college for less than 2 years. I had a credit card and a car loan for multiple years, and I'd never missed a payment. So my credit score was pretty good. I found a small condo near the office, and being the young financial advisor I was, I calculated my budget and I found what I could afford, roughly a mortgage around $1,000 a month. When I went to the bank to get pre-approved, I was shocked to find that I got approved for a loan 3 times worth the value of the property I was looking at. Out of curiosity, I calculated what the mortgage payment would be on that hypothetical property and compared it to my budget. After the mortgage was paid, I'd have a whopping $200 a month to split between everything else: phone, internet, car, repairs, insurance, groceries, everything. I was flabbergasted that anyone would ever consider putting themselves in that type of position. Hi, I'm Jeremy with this week's market update from Advent Partners. Talking about too much debt, the U.S. debt took a lead role last week when Moody's downgraded America's credit rating from AAA to AA1. That's their highest rating down to their second highest rating. Up until recently, Moody's was the only major credit rating agency to give America their highest grade, with S&P and Fitch downgrading America from their highest grades in 2011 and 2023, respectively. So in a way, this was almost expected. Moody's reasoned their downgrade because of massive deficits and the cost of interest to service the debt. Last year alone, Bloomberg reported that the U.S. spent $1 trillion on interest rate payments, more than the operational cost of the entire Pentagon. Moody's expressed concern that the U.S. tax revenue will be insufficient to cover the interest obligation, meaning the U.S. will have to issue more debt, effectively borrowing money to service money already borrowed. This downgrade comes against the backdrop of lawmakers attempting to push forward what President Trump calls his Big Beautiful Bill, which would extend and add to the tax cuts in 2017. Despite the downgrade, markets were positive last week, the May 12th through May 16th. Prior to open on Monday, May 19th, the S&P was up 1.3% year to date, and the Dow Jones was up 0.25%. The S&P 500 reported gains all 5 days as tensions between the U.S. and China have begun to thaw. There's still negotiating to be done, but the U.S. dropped tariffs from 145% to 30%, and China dropped their tariffs all the way down to 10%. Despite year-to-date returns being meager, calling them flat would be inaccurate. It would be like saying a roller coaster was flat because you started and stopped on the same platform. The last month of volatility may have caused a range of emotions. And if you have questions about your investments and how they affect your financial plan, we'd love to connect with you. Thanks for checking in.